It's time for Seriously, Let's Play.
Welcome back to Seriously, Let's Play.
Perfect.
See
Now you
how easy it was?
So now you get to do the intros.
Okay. I guess if I have to be charming and make people listen to it, I will.
Well,
but yeah, we're so we're here for Shadowrun, and we're going to introduce our characters.
Yes. So, but before we get into that, maybe we should introduce our table.
Oh, I guess, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I figure we could do it at the same time.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go.
Like, I could say something like, this is Roxanne, and I'm here playing Braca. Braca is a, I'll say, 30-something troll bounty hunter. Mm-hmm. Codename Bloodhound, because she can sniff them out. And so she's big, broad, Amazonian, couple of horns, tusky teeth, lower lip, kind of grumpy looking. Skin's a darker color, kind of coppery. But yeah, when not on the clock, she hangs out at a old timey dance bar called the Two Stick Two Step.
Really?
That's what I wrote down.
The Two Stick Two Step.
Yeah, because it's themed like an old you know, we talked about bar names and he said analog and I was like analog joysticks. Two Stick Two Step.
Now, see, I went to a honky tonk.
Yeah, that's where I went too.
Yeah. Well, you know,
Same here.
But there's a video arcade that has old like N64 controllers in the back with the weird center joystick.
I was thinking like with it'd be just all shootout games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the Two Stick Two Step.
Duck Hunt.
But they do dance. They boot scoot. They boogie.
Scoot boogie.
The cabinets, the actual video game cabinets, dance.
Yeah. It's the future.
You can dance with them. That's what's cool. It's like
show.
Dance Dance Revolution where you dance with Dance Dance Revolution.
Oh.
Okay, my character's going to pay money to see the troll play Dance Dance Revolution. Seriously.
You know,
Oh, yes, please.
People think that Braca cannot be light on her feet, but you'd be surprised. Her agility is sky high. It's
Well,
not.
there you go.
It's not, but you know. But this is off the clock. This is how she unwinds.
So, hanging out at an arcade.
Hanging out at an arcade dance bar.
There you go. I like it. That's cool.
You better, because I ain't changing it.
And your code name?
Bloodhound, because
Bloodhound.
she can sniff them out.
Okay, so who else would like to describe their character? Yeah?
All right, I'll go next. Hi, it's me, Steven, from before. My character's name is Eddie. She is an elf, 19 years old. In her off time, she is a club promoter at the popular, dance discotheque that all the young kids go to. That is yet unnamed.
It's a great name for a discotheque.
Yeah,
As yet unnamed.
well,
you know?
it's very, it's Seattle. It's hipstery. They couldn't think of a name, so they decided to use that as the bar's name, and people go to it. It's huge.
It's good marketing.
Yeah.
What bar do you go to? As yet unnamed.
Oh,
That sounds mysterious and cool.
Well, you're not invited.
It's like in Arrested Development where they keep having charities for TBA.
All right. And so we have one more member at the table.
Hello, I'm Shawn, and I am going to be playing Ashley. She is a 35-year-old elf, and she is a weapons specialist. She is not super tall. She's about 5'9", pale, always wears tactical gear. Off time, on the job, she's always got her tactical gear on, and when she is not shadowrunning, she is hanging out in her garage/business where she tinkers on items for everybody. If you want a fun new toy that goes bang, she can provide it for you.
Nice. And what was your code name?
My code name is Tinker.
And I missed their names entirely.
Oh, my character's name is Eddie. No code name.
Is that... I'm NC. No code name. I want Eddie, everything about Eddie to be other variants of I really don't have a name. Like, my code name is AKA. That's it. It's just...
Yeah, right,
I'm also known as...
Sure. Yeah, my code name is Alias.
There you go. Nice.
Well, as you are each hanging out and socializing on your off time in the various ways that you've decided to do so, you get a call on your personal network from your fixer. They're like,
Hey, Reno, what's up?
I have some work for you, and I need a response immediately. This is big, and you've got 2 minutes. So essentially, here's the thing: if you're in, it is 50,000 Nuyen.
I'm in.
Nice.
so, and each one of you are going to get the same call.
I'm in.
What was our picture's name? Reno or Rena?
Reno.
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 I was going to say with an I. Let's see. 50,000 Nuyen?
Wow.
50,000.
Each?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
call-
definitely
the
in.
phone
I mean,
call
they
is
didn't
to
even
each one of you.
And so, they don't give any details. It's like, do you want in or out? 50,000.
Yeah.
Well,
That'll buy a lot of bang.
Hey, Reno's never led me wrong.
I'm just good.
He says he needs a job done. He calls me for it. Says 50,000. I'm in.
That's right. Well, I've been, playing Hydro Thunder Hurricane for the last hour, and I'm almost finished my tournament. So, yeah, I'm in.
He says,
Okay, you've got 2 minutes.
What?
You've got 2 minutes. There's going to be a dock wagon that's going to pull up, and you're going to hop on board the moment it gets there. You're either on it or you're out. Straight up. No jokes. I cannot stress enough how big a contract this is.
So it's going to pick us up, each of us up at our separate locations.
yes.
All right, I'll be outside.
Well, when I win Hydro Thunder Hurricane, the last lap, I just get up, and for some reason, unbeknownst to anyone else, the machine, mildly explodes as I walk out. I don't even look back.
Nice. Oh, man, nice. Yes.
So it's kind of that.
Like some water comes out of it, even though it's just a video game. For some reason, there's water boat water in there.
Yeah.
And I'm
How do you
like,
think they got the graphics so good?
I know.
It's that slow explosion with your back to it.
And I just
the
keep
classic
walking.
80s, 90s action movie.
My broad shoulders swinging in the firelight.
Man, where'd she get that cigar from?
You got a duster on, kind of blows back with the explosion.
Exactly.
Yep, there we go.
As each of you arrive outside of your individual
I
location,
light my cigar on it. And then walk out. Got a job.
walking out the door, there is this gust of wind as essentially this hover car lowers in front of you. Looking up, it is a dock wagon. Dock wagon is
See, I was going to ask for a explanation of I'm Roxanne pictured out of character.
Yeah.
She pictured a wagon with doctors on it, and I was like, "That's
not-
probably not true."
not terribly far off.
I mean, are we talking like an ambulance?
Yeah.
Is this like a hovercraft ambulance?
So, dock wagon
Stop messing with
is
my
a
tape,
double A,
It's not me, it's your pooch.
oh, sorry.
but it's a double A corporation, so it's not the highest level of corporation, but dock wagon makes a lot of money.
Oh, it's a corp.
Yes. Based out of Atlanta, essentially what Dock Wagon does is you buy a contract with them. When you have a contract with them, you get to wear a little, little wristlet that monitors your, life signs and everything else. And the moment that there is a flat line or any sort of sign that you are hurt, wounded, or dying, or sick, or whatever, Dock Wagon shows up. And, if necessary, shows up with an armed force to rescue you and take you to a hospital. The high end, it's pretty big. They're kind of known for their mercenaries just showing up, and for Shadowrunners, it's a pretty big deal to have a contract with Dock Wagon, because all of a sudden you get gunned down. And the ambulance shows up, guns down everyone else in the area, picks you up, and revives you.
Wow.
Yeah.
Our get out of free jail card, basically.
Or get out of death free.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
Man.
But
This reminds me of a
so...
video game I played once.
Yeah. But so this vehicle essentially looks like a car, but of course with the standard kind of hover, almost rotor blade wheels on the outside of it. Lowers down into the street in front of you, doors open up, and people basically motion you to get on as quickly as possible. Each one of you, when it arrives, you rush on, hop inside. It's very large, very roomy. Essentially, you are looking around, and there's about 15 people on this vehicle with you. All three of you see each other, and of course, you have worked together before. More than likely, this small team has been put together by your fixer.
Reno.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, she called you too. Is it she? He?
He.
Oh, called you guys too, eh?
Yeah. How's it going, Eddie?
Living the life.
That's all you can do.
Were you still hanging out at As Yet Unnamed?
You know it.
Hey, you know.
Best place in town.
Two-step. Still close to my heart.
So while you're sitting there talking to each other, you looking around the group here. You see a standard about 8-person merc squad that would be pretty much high-end contract for Dock Wagon. This is like the standard of what they send in.
Oh, so standard
Yeah, this
or
is
like the premium?
Well, it
So
costs
this
a lot
is
of
a high
money.
end.
Yeah, this is pretty high end. A Dock Wagon is pretty high end. But this would be like a gold package. It might be like one more above it.
Ooh, guys, we got the platinum tier Dock Wagon package.
Yeah, I don't think that bodes well for us.
I don't think so either.
There
I feel like I'm
is
going to get shot today.
also another 4-man team here that look like possibly another Shadowrun group. They are...
Do we recognize them? Do I recognize any of them? Do they come into my arcade?
You're not certain, but you don't think so.
I kind of go to the arcade to get away from Shadowrunners, to be quite honest. But
there's something about them that tells you, oh, these guys, I think they're probably a little bit higher up. They're probably sponsored.
what? Oh God,
Yeah.
guys, bunch of corpse shills over there.
Yeah,
Might
so
as well have a DuPont sticker on their freaking jackets.
Well, I mean,
And they
we are also doing work for a giant corporation, so
I'm just saying.
Yeah. In fact, a couple of them actually do have a little badge on their left lapel that says Renraku.
Cool.
And so
Is that good or bad?
that is one
From
of
my perspective.
the major corporations. They are huge here in Seattle.
Interesting.
So, are we talking like the lawyer brigade here?
That group they're definitely not lawyer. This is
Okay.
like Black Ops. almost.
Black Ops. Okay.
This is like Blackwater.
They, yeah. Another
Pinkertons.
individual though kind of makes their way through and is dressed very much in corporate style, wearing that classic 3-piece suit, necktie, glasses. Not much of a build to them, and kind of walks over towards your group and kneels down in front of you, or not, kind of one knee, trying to center themselves as they're not sitting in a seat. So, hi, I am going to be your liaison. My name is Benny, and so here's the deal. So, Reno, we reached out to Reno to hire an individual team. This is going to be part of an effort where you will be accessing a very strategic location for our corporation. And Dock Wagon contacted us ahead of time to let us know that they were going there, which was very nice of them. They didn't really have to. Of course, it would probably be smart on their part. We don't really want any kind of bad blood between anyone. This individual is this very, he has the classic
Corporate,
no spine corporate kind of attitude.
towing the company line.
I have a pretty ugly face anyway, but I'd be making an ugly face too. People who know me are like, oh, Braca's not having it.
Yeah, and I'm rolling my eyes at the little speech.
So here is essentially, I am going to need each one of you to go ahead and give me a fingerprint, and they hold out a pad.
all right, I'll put my finger.
I
I'll
extend my middle finger And put my finger.
Okay. Essentially, what this means, and just so you're all aware, what's going to happen is that there will be a name and a sin locally assigned for you. In Shadowrun terms, sin is essentially a social security number.
So it's like an identification number.
It's an identification
It's
number.
not like a vice.
All of you probably are
Braca,
sinless and
you
not
have-
having your own social
I
security
am.
number.
I'm like an angel.
Yeah. But you don't. If you don't work for a major corporation,
You don't have one.
You don't have one. You're not considered a citizen. You don't have a lot of rights. People can walk all over you. And yeah.
I'd like to see him try.
Well, after the explanation of it's giving us an artificial sin,
Yeah.
I put my finger out and touch the pad.
So what will happen is this sin will allow you to access Renraku holdings, especially where we're going to be going, which essentially you will have 72 hours. Because there will be no birth certificate assigned to the sin, eventually what will happen is that in 72 hours, your record will be purged and you will not be able to access any of our campuses any longer. But essentially, this is the best way to get you into where you need to go. So, at the same time, while you are a temporary Renraku employee, this, of course, does carry all the standard benefits while you are on our dime. That includes, of course, loss of life and dismemberment coverage for insurance.
Oh, great.
So, do you have any next of kin or anybody that we need to write down for that? These are all, at this point, you're just like, what the hell?
Yeah. I'm still watching the other group. Are we getting any side eye?
From the
four-man
four-man
sponsor
team, yeah, ever so often somebody looks over at your way and is kind of just sizing y'all up, but the Dock Wagon group is not paying either other team any attention. So,
Yes, I have my younger sister, Syl, and younger brother, Dax.
okay, you go ahead and write that in here. So, in the unlikely case that you are killed while in our employee, that means that your pay will still go to them. So, that will take care of that. All right. So, is there anything else? Any other questions that y'all have for right this moment?
Nah.
Well, our objective.
Oh,
I guess we need to know what you're asking us to do.
all right. So, you're going to be part of 3 separate teams. Obviously, your team will be one of them. Dock Wagon will be specifically going to retrieve an individual whose health signs have unfortunately come back as in distress.
Not in deceased? Okay.
There will be 2 other teams dealing with the situation. This team, the Renraku team, will be going to deal with computers and other matters, and you will be sent on a separate mission to recover data.
So we're not being used as a distraction for the other team to accomplish their mission?
No, of course not.
All right.
No, of course. You want to make a roll
I don't.
on that of any sort.
I'm good at reading people, so yeah, I'll try to roll and see
let's roll some dice.
if that's legitimate.
Okay, so you're going to need to take your charisma attribute, or in this case, you should have it written out. Do you have? Oh, how are you going to go about this? Are you? You're not trying to be intimidating. You're not so much negotiating, unless you have something you want to say to them about this same thing. But you're just trying to watch them, trying to get a read on them.
Yeah, I'm trying to get a read. See if I can trust what
I'm going to say
they're
base
saying is true.
intuition right this moment. Do you have any knowledges that would aid you in corporate behavior or anything?
Let's see. I have not for corporate. No.
Okay, then just base intuition.
Okay.
And we are going to be rolling against
Okay, I rolled a lot of 4s, a 3, and a 1, but no 5s or 6s.
Yeah, they seem to be being honest with you.
Yeah, all right. I trust them implicitly.
Okay.
Thank you, Benny. You've been such a help.
Yeah, you've been great.
Oh, hey, no, happy, of course, to be of service. Is there anything else that we can do for you while we're traveling?
Any refreshments on board? Do we get in-flight meals?
Oh, yeah, sure. Let me see what I can do for you. And he basically goes and will retrieve a couple styrofoam boxes. And pretty much next step up from MRE, looking like it's coming in a container that would be like the McDonald's hotcakes container.
Okay.
You know, that large styrofoam.
Thanks, Benny. This works. I missed dinner. Your call came in at just as it was time to eat, so this works.
Oh, no problem. Hey, happy to help.
I'm sure.
And individual disappears back, essentially a door opens and goes up to the front cockpit. And you are left back there as a team for the moment.
You buy this, Eddie?
Nothing about the way he talked said that he would be untrustworthy, just that he's spineless.
You mean your basic corporate shill?
Pretty much.
All right.
But I don't think he would lie to us. I mean, just imagine what... I want to call your character Braca so bad. What was it again?
Bloodhound?
Bloodhound? Yes. Just imagine what Bloodhound would do to him if she found out that he was lying to her.
Yeah, well, we got to get out of here alive if we're going to get back at him if he led us wrong.
I don't know. I don't think that guy's smart enough to know. I mean, we might just be getting screwed over, but I don't think that guy even realizes it.
Hey, I'll get screwed over for 50,000.
Yeah.
That does help ease the pain.
As long as these guys, and I point at their merc doctor squad, and I'll be like, as long as those guys save us too, I'm fine.
Okay.
Actually, I would like to approach the other team of Shadowrunners and introduce myself.
They, as you walk across this, the bay of this vehicle, they were talking, but as you approach, they all stop and are kind of eyeing you, sizing you up. Of course, for your character and the way that you look, you don't really fit in this situation.
Yeah.
Which, of course, I know what your character looks like, but
right. So like I said, I'm 19, a 19-year-old elven girl, very, very slender, very, like a little below average height. Just doesn't look like the kind of person who could deal, like the kind of person who no matter where she is, it just looks like that's where she should be. But if a fight were to break out, it does not seem like she would be the person to rely on.
One of the individuals who's holding an extremely large rifle kind of sets it to the ground and leans across, just kind of leaning on one of the barrels.
Yeah.
Something we can help you with.
Oh, I just wanted to introduce myself since we're going to be on this, ride for a while. Hi, I'm Eddie. What's your name?
Names really aren't important here. What can we help you with, Eddie?
Oh, I'm just... You guys look like you've experienced a thing or two, and I was just wondering if maybe you would have some words of wisdom that you would like to pass on to the younger generation.
They all kind of...
I am trying to charm them if there is a role I can make for it.
Braca's just watching this, and she taps Ash on the shoulder, and he's like,
absolutely.
I roll my eyes a little bit.
Let's go ahead and do your... you're trying to be trustworthy.
Yeah.
So you got a pretty good dice pull for that. So let's go with that one.
Okay. So I would roll...
Your attribute plus the skill for con, and add your trustworthy
Okay.
bonus.
So that is 16 plus 3, so 19 dice.
Well,
So it's
no, that's going to be 4 plus 12.
yeah.
So that's
and then
16.
plus 3 trustworthy.
Yeah, that is 19 dice. Oh my gosh.
All right, let's do this. Here's the first 8. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4 successes there on the first 8.
Okay.
One, 2, 3, 4 more, so 8 successes so far, and that was 16. So now I need 3 more. That'll be 10. 10 successes on that.
Okay. They basically buddy up to you extremely quickly, and they're this. They're like, okay, what in the world are you even doing here? Are you like Corp? Are you like what's going on?
Well, I know a guy who has a lot of connections to these corporations, and I'm also a person who's very well connected, so whenever people need someone who knows someone, I'm the person they call.
Oh, that's kind of a very odd thing with where we're going.
Yeah, I'm also... It's really easy for me to get into places that maybe I shouldn't be able to. You know, it's
a talent.
I'm just, you know, I'm a people person.
Oh,
She's basically easy on the eyes, and she talks real good.
is that what you say across?
Yeah.
They kind of glower at you and then smile back over at Eddie.
Point made.
I don't think we're making any friends here, Ash.
I don't need them as friends.
And, they're like, look, if you want some advice, stay behind your friends where we're going. And one of them actually, you know, kind of palms something and hands it over to you.
All right.
And says, use that if you have to.
All right.
And it's just like, you know, kind of
Yeah.
motions for you to kind of hide it.
I'll slip it into my pocket without really looking at it, and for later, and I'll just kind of lean into them and just be like, so, Benny, sweet guy, didn't really seem to know what he was talking about. Do you have any information really on what we're actually going to be doing here?
Well, we're headed to Renraku facility. It's a lab. I mean, we know that much. We have a schematic of the place, but from what I understand, it's a bunch of scientists, a bunch of experiments and other things. That's the main thing we know. That's it. And we're going to be headed to the reactor core room, and your group is supposed to be tracking down somebody. It's from what I understand, there's some kind of like limit on information that they're going to be giving out. Don't know why, but you know, corporations.
Yeah, it's pretty typical.
So.
Well, thanks. You've been such a big help.
Oh yeah, no, hey,
And
help.
I'll slip each of them the way to contact me. And it's just like, hey, if you ever need me in the future, call me anytime.
Pretty much what you'd be doing in that case in this world is like you pull up a little pop-up window in an augmented reality and flick it over to them. You know.
All right, and they got it.
There we go.
Getting contacts.
So, Eddie, what'd you find out?
So it seems that we're supposed to go in looking for some individual. It doesn't seem like Benny was telling us the whole truth after all.
So did I hear them say that it was a bunch of scientists in this place?
It is we are going to a lab.
Maybe there'd be less
lab?
bullets.
What kind of lab?
I see. They're being. It seems Renraku's being pretty tight-lipped about this. So I guess we're just gonna have to find out as we go.
What do they need a bounty hunter for? Why am I even here?
Yeah, I'm kind of thinking the same thing. It doesn't sound like my skills are going to be actually useful in this situation.
It does sound like from what they told me that we're looking for somebody, and what else does a bounty hunter do?
But find people, and I am the best.
A kind of a pop-up window comes up in each one of your heads-up displays, and it's a small little window, and it has Benny in it. Testing. Hey. Oh, hey. Hi.
Ah, shoot.
Hey, Benny.
Hey. Look. So we're going to be going ahead and dispensing some information here, and you see that he's pressing some keypad in the air that you can't see it, but he's just typing away. All right. So here's a schematic of this laboratory. Essentially, the teams are going to land at this helipad and disperse from here. This is probably the best central location. The dogwagon team will be heading in and going westernly into what we believe is the main housing section of the laboratory. However, then the other team from Renraku will be using this staircase not too far off the helipad, and they will be descending down into the computers and records room. Your team will be going here, and it starts to illuminate a path that you'll be going essentially through some halls, what appears to be some labs, some testing facilities, and to a central, almost looks like a tower. Your target is going to be here, a Dr. Matilda Hyde. And so we need you to recover her and any information that she has with her, and then you will be bringing her back. Once we have confirmation, please bring her back to the helipad. If there is an issue and you are unable to meet us there, you can then instead use the main access elevators or staircases at this tower, and there is a helipad at the top of it, and we can meet you there. And that area is now illuminated on your augmented reality of this map.
Hey, Benny.
Yes.
So, is this a kidnap job?
Kidnap job? No.
So,
No.
rescue.
Rescue job. Definitely. No, I work for Renraku, and this is Renraku facility.
Okay, so why are we yanking her out?
Why can't you just go in and get her?
Honestly...
Has she been kidnapped by your own people?
I don't think so. I think she's, as far as I know, she's an employee. I mean, it shows up in the database that she works for us.
So she's your employee.
Yes.
She's in your facility.
Yes.
And we're going to go in and pull her out?
Yes.
Why?
And bring her back where?
I don't know all the specifics. I just know that obviously something is happening at this facility, and corporation feels that it is in their best interest to go ahead and have her removed.
Oh, guys.
I want to...
This sounds like an invasion.
I want to see if I can find anything out about Matilda Hyde.
Okay. How are you going to be doing
on the deep webs, whatever those are, whatever the interwebs are here.
Okay.
While I may be on HUD with him, I still want to be looking at stuff.
All right. Do you have any skills or knowledges that apply in this
Probably not. Parazoology? Are they a parazoa?
No.
Okay.
Can I use my matrix gear and use an analyze ability? It gives me +2 to analyze.
You can I can say that. Yeah, you can go ahead and access the matrix and see if you can find any
information. Are you talking to me or Shawn?
If you both want to tag team it, you can essentially use. Let's go for your intelligence.
You just want me to roll intelligence?
You're going to go base intelligence, and then you can use your matrix ability.
So I can use browse or analyze, which gives me +2 to the 3.
I mean, I have programs, analyze, browse, command, and edit.
I got 2 6s.
So I'm just rolling base intelligence?
Yes.
I got 1 5, so that's 3 total successes.
All right, so you had how many successes for Shawn?
I had 2 6s.
2 successes, and Roxy, you had 1 success?
1 5.
All right. tag teaming it together, you find a listing for a series of documents that had been published by a hide that worked for Renraku, but the name Matilda is not associated with it. Instead, it is a older gentleman named Gordon.
Is there any ties between Gordon and Matilda? This is where my bounty hunting stuff should come into play. Do I have a way?
Essentially,
What is one question out of character? Under my knowledge skills, I have cop trids.
Okay, so a trid in this world is like a tridio. It's like a video, but it's a 3D video. It's the way their movies and TV shows are now.
Okay, so I'm just really good at like cop movies.
You enjoy them, yes.
Okay,
so
cool.
you have knowledge of the actors.
What about Lone Star procedures?
Lone Star is one of the cop groups in Seattle. Lone Star is like the street level patrol cop. And then the next level up, like the people that a lot of Shadowrunners don't like running into, is a group called the Red Samurai.
Okay. Other question. What is a sinner?
A sinner is a person who has a sin, which is essentially, I think, a social security number.
So I already have one then.
Yeah, you have a ID.
Okay.
But
they gave me a special one.
Yes.
For this job. Cool. Okay, I think that answers all my questions on my skills.
Essentially, being a sinner means that if somebody really wanted to find out information about you, they could, and they would know who you are. So.
Okay. I want to make a phone call.
You're going to make a phone call?
I want to contact somebody that's not Benny.
Okay.
I feel like Benny is an idiot.
All right.
Benny is an idiot.
And I probably, as he's continuing to talk and not make any sense about why we're doing this, because I'd be very upfront. This feels like a setup.
Yeah.
I'd be like, Benny, I hate to cut you off, but I'm going to talk to somebody who I'd rather talk to. And I would,
like,
if I could, I would disconnect.
And you can.
Okay. So I want to call. I have a contact that's a beat cop.
Okay.
And I want to call them, and I want to see if they can find anything out about Gordon and Matilda Hyde, and if there's a link between them. Since I don't have very good Google skills, I gotta have somebody else. So
okay, what are your ratings with your contact?
Connection 2, loyalty 4.
Okay, so they don't have a lot of pull, is what that connection rating means.
That's
but that
fine.
loyalty 4 means that they
we have a good connection.
Yes. 5 is even better. 4 is good.
Okay. No, if he can just find something, if they just happen to be able to look at something better than I just don't have the skills.
Okay. All right. Essentially, that your cop is this like, so you need me to see who this person is, or?
Yeah, can you find me anything about? I'm getting sent on this job that's freaking weird.
Well, I found a listing for Matilda Hyde.
Yeah. Any links to someone named Gordon Hyde?
Yeah. Listing Gordon Hyde as a parent guardian, deceased, and Matilda is currently, I think it's saying here that Matilda her sin is coming up as being 12 and located at a Renraku Montessori. So.
Okay. Well, thank you, Joey. I appreciate everything you always do for me.
And of course, does anybody else have any other contacts that they want to use?
Actually, yes. I would like to call on my contact, Kim, who's a councilman's assistant.
Okay.
It's loyalty rating 4, connection rating 3.
All right. You probably have enough time just to reach out to one more contact after Kim. I'm going to say that. You are noticing that this dock wagon is leaving Seattle, And you actually are beginning to see, just on the outskirts of Seattle, you see, and this is something that is part of the world, there is a semi-active volcano that shoots up soot and ash into the sky ever so often. And you're headed generally out to that direction and turning off towards one of the jungles that's nearby. But so you still have time to make a couple calls.
Okay, yeah, I'd like to call Kim.
Hello. Yes. Oh, Eddie.
Hey, Kim.
Hi. This is kind of a surprise.
Hey, yeah. Sorry to call you out of the blue like this, but
What's
His
going on?
19-year-old girl is.
I have so I have this job that I'm doing for Renraku,
Ooh.
and they're having us fly out to one of their facilities, and there's just you know how these corporations can be. Something just seems to be a little bit off about what they're saying and kind of what they need us to do. I was wondering, do you think you could find out some information for me about this facility we're headed to, and I'll give her the...
I don't know much. I'm going to tell you this. Be very careful with them. Renraku, when it comes to experiments and their labs, that's not exactly great places. People like to gloss over the fact that they did nearly cause the city to be infested with, otherworldly insects from another world briefly. I mean...
Oh, yeah, that was such a crazy weekend.
That's one way to put it. But, no, it might take me a while to find anything. This isn't going to be in our jurisdiction. Is there anything you can give me? Any leads or anything?
Well, it seems that we're looking for... They need us to go into their facility to do a search and rescue for some lady named Matilda Hyde.
I'll see if I can get some stuff together, and I'll send it to our usual drop. Okay?
Yeah. It's just there's something really weird about it because they say that she's an employee with them, but for some reason they can't get her out of their own facility without hiring a bunch of us. So I just thought something was a little weird about it. But hey, if you can help me any way you can, I would really appreciate it.
Oh yeah, no. Let me see what I can track down. I know a couple people here in the government office building. I mean, maybe there's some plans on record with the city, or maybe they asked to have a road made out there. I mean, I'll see whatever I can find. I'll send your way. Okay?
Kim, you're the best.
Oh, thanks.
Hey, after this is over, lunch?
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm going to contact one of mine. It's mercenary.
Okay.
I'm going to contact Sid.
All right. So you're going to reach out to Sid. What is connection rating? And
The connection is 2.
okay.
Loyalty is 2.
Okay.
So this is a stretch.
yeah.
Sid,
Yeah.
it's Ash.
Okay. It's kind of early for you to be contacting me. What's going on?
Yeah, I know it's early, man. Just, shoot some coffee. I'm on a job for Renriku.
Oh.
You know anything that's going on right now? Is there anything weird? Have they been reaching out for your kind of specialized services?
Ooh. I haven't been reached out to. But let me see. Oh, well. Look, I can get you some information, but you're going to owe me.
That's fine, man. I don't want to walk into this blind. There's something off with this thing. They're telling us that we need to go into their own facility and rescue their own employee. It just doesn't ring true, man.
Oh, that sounds like a fun time to me.
Yeah, it does. Party time.
Okay. Yeah, give me a second.
All right.
And about 2-3 minutes later, you get some quick feedback that they have been... Essentially, there were some transfers and other things that were going on. People were paying more attention to internal security. A few runners had been, just doing what they do when they're off. And some of them like to just, watch and see who's doing what. And all of a sudden, it's like Renraku went silent. And all transfers as far as military power and everything else within the corporation, their own security, came to a stop. And it's like everything that was in their facilities as far as munitions were being sent out to all of their different security branches there in the city. Not just a singular group, all of them.
All of them? Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, Sid, man, I got the data that actually raises more questions than it answered, but it does look like I need to prepare for bear when we go in there. I owe you. If I make it out alive, you can collect.
You know I will. All right. So,
I think we... So since we were all talking semi-privately, we should probably confer real quick before we head out.
Okay.
She's 12.
She's 12?
She's 12.
So she's not a doctor.
No. Well, I mean,
I don't know.
Maybe.
She might be a child prodigy.
maybe, but she's supposed to be at a Renraku Montessori school.
This doesn't look like a Montessori school.
Yeah, something's weird here. But the Gordon I looked up some stuff. I found some papers. Dr. Gordon Hyde was attributed. What were they? Was he a researcher, a scientist?
They were a scientist.
What did they look into?
Basically, virology.
Interesting.
Oh,
Okay.
this is looking worse and worse, guys.
I know. Yeah, We're going in to essentially kidnap a 12-year-old girl
Who could be patient zero.
who could be patient zero, or they could just swarm us with infected, gross stuff.
Yeah, this is sounding worse and worse. I contacted one of my mercenary, well, we'll call him a friend, and basically the data that he sent me is Renraku has been basically hunkering down and arming for bear. Not just at this facility, but like citywide.
Well, I got in contact with one of my contacts at City Hall, and I've got her looking into Renraku for us. Let us know if anything particularly sketchy has been happening at this particular facility. So hopefully something turns up there.
All right. So I think going forward we just need to be prepared. I don't think this facility is in their control.
Oh, absolutely not.
Yeah. What do you think your friends know anything more across the ship?
Oh, them?
Yeah.
No, it seems like they're just as in the dark as we are.
All right.
Wonder what they'd think if they knew we were going after a 12-year-old.
I don't think they look like they care.
So, you get some information
wrong.
coming across your essentially your data pad.
Here we go.
She pulls up information that there was a road constructed out to a facility that was being built by Renraku in order to better transport everything out there. Then about a year and a half later, there were permits to have it ripped out. As far as things that were being taken out there, large amounts of construction items, pretty much listing out plastic steel, concrete, steel girders. This sounds like this is bunker level amount of structure.
Okay.
I mean, that's huge from everything that's being listed out. And of course, there's a little note in there that says, I really wish I could have found something more for you, but using the city's resources, this is about all I've got.
Okay, I'll message back. Thanks, love. That's plenty. and because we swap contact information, I'm going to send this over to the other Shadowrun team with like a little bit at the beginning, just like keep this between us. Here's a little information I was able to dig up, and then just kind of it's like it'll start out. Here's a little bit of information I was able to dig up. I guess this is why they call me Winky Face.
So your city planner, it sounds like this is a containment facility. Would you all,
That's what I don't know. Something's
So
super.
the former doctor was a
Virologist.
Yeah, that word. I'm not good at words.
He worked with the viruses.
Right, and did you find anything on how he died?
Did I find anything on how he
No,
died?
you did not.
Because I didn't ask.
Or it's been covered up?
Yeah. When the corporations run everything.
Yeah. I'm betting. So we're still all talking to get together while
Yeah.
we're descending. I'm betting he created something that got out of hand.
Most likely.
Sounds like us.
So his daughter is either the carrier of the virus, which I don't think that's great, or she's the cure.
Well, yeah, because the issue, the way that Benny sent us on this is really weird.
Time sensitive.
Bring her back with the information she has.
Yep.
So it doesn't sound like we're collecting information from any sort of disk drive.
No.
It sounds like she has it. What if she's a robot?
Ooh.
She has
Or
That could be interesting.
DNA coding.
cliffhanger. Next time on Seriously.
And actually, that is not a bad place to end, as your vehicle now begins to descend. And down below you, amongst the trees, you see essentially what does look like a bunker. This large concrete structure, barely existent windows on the outside of it, and a helipad below you as you descend. And we're going to end it with your wheels touching down on the helipad.
I'm so confused. We have wheels, but it's a helipad.
Landing gear.
Yeah. Well, it's one of those things. It's a
It's the future.
helipad, but just about anything that.
But we're a
can,
hover
you know,
car.
yeah, but anything that hovers or can lower or descend can land
Does
here.
anybody else picture hover cars with wheels?
Yeah.
Because I do. I like picture like
I'm a child of the 80s. It's Back to the Future. The wheels kind of invert up.
Yeah, there we go. Why not?
I gotta say, I think Eddie's apartment is also called the helipad.
the helipad, but it's HELLA.
Dude,
It's
Yeah.
the helipad.
Helipad.
Your 19-year-old elf girl is awesome.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, when we come back, we're going to find out what's going on. Hopefully.
Hopefully, we're not kidnapping a 12-year-old girl.
Bye.
Bye.
And that will do it for us tonight on Seriously, Let's Play.
Is where they're eating the food, but there are ASMR people who like to hear them chew right in the mic, but it's when they get real close to the mic and they say things like this.
Okay.
And then they'll just go,
Hey,
they'll get like a brush.
I'm brushing your hair.
Okay.
It's creepy. There's a lady who does ASMR and she pretends to be like a 15th century nun,
Oh yeah,
and like during the plague.
I love her videos. One of my favorite ones that she's done is like gently smothering you to death,
Yeah.
or sneaking up behind you and shooting you in the head. And and it's like a 6-second video where she just like puts a gun up to the mic and then just like it goes click and then that's it, and then that's the whole video.
Wow.
But it's been watched so many times, she's probably made some good cash on it. So,
Look at the daisies.
yeah, look at the flower. Look at the flower.
Okay.
It's either
Oh,
Carol
wow.
or George.
Yeah. It's Carol who said it, but she says
Yeah.
it to that little
But
kid.
doesn't
yeah.
but George and Lenny, George does it to Lenny too, and
Does he with the...
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, no, he has him look out onto the sea and then talks about how he's
is it
going
the
to take
sea?
care of the rabbits.
Yeah.
But it's like a lake.
Okay, yeah, because they're
But,
like
I
in the
mean-
woods or something.
Yeah.
But it's the same concept. Just stare at something pretty while I blow your brains out.
That book is harsh.
Well,
It's meant to be.
Yeah.
he did murder a man.
And a puppy.
Well, that's because he loved the puppy so much.
Yeah.
I
He
know.
just petted it
I
too
know.
hard.
That's essentially, yeah. Oh gosh, it's hard. I had to read.
puppy!
There was...
That's one of the few.
Animaniacs did that with the sheepdog and the cat.
Well,
Rita.
it used to be. It used to be a really popular Looney Tunes strip. Which
Yeah.
way did he go, George? Which way did he go?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
with the
going to
abominable
love
snowman.
him and
I
pet
would
him
love
and
him
stroke
and
him.
rub him, and it's like...
I always that's like one of the only Family Guy jokes that I'll like go back to and enjoy is when there's a kid who approaches Brian and starts just petting him way too hard. He's just like, I don't like this. Stop doing this. I'm going to bite you. I'm going to bite you if you don't stop. And then he bites the kid.
Yeah.
He's like, I warned him. I told him.
Yeah. I clearly addressed. All right, you ready, John? Are you still recording?
Ready, yeah, of course.
Well, who's not loud enough?
Everybody's loud enough. So
You're just fiddling with stuff.
I did, because somebody was too loud.
Uh-oh.
Oh, no.
But that's okay. Bah!
What?
Nothing.
I'm trying to think of a quirky name for a bar in this hellscape that is Shadowrun. I'll come up with it before the thing.
The Lunar Glow.
No, that sounds like a weird anime sex bar.
Throwback. It is a
Cheers.
retro bar just called Analog.
Nice.
Ooh, nice.
Nice.
Because I was going to say like the crooked bit.
Yeah?
Ooh. Corrupted file.
That's the strip club. It's
Ooh,
the
acid
corrupted
burn.
JPEG.
Acid Rain.
Acid rain. Yeah.
Throw it back. Bring it all the way back.
See, one of my favorite bars ever in any game I've ever played was a bar in a swashbuckling game called The Bishop's Tickle.
Nice.
Nice.
I
See, it would have been funnier if it was the Bishop Tickler.
Oh.
had
Bishops love going.
I'd convinced someone who was running a D&D game, and they were in like a dwarven city. So I convinced the person running the game to call the bar the Bearded Mother.
Oh, aye, me mother's bar.
It's one of my favorite dwarf jokes from WoW. I like my beer like I like my women short and stout.
Yep.
Arr. All
These
right.
are bone. I essentially stole these by accident from a lady at the Ren Fair.
You didn't steal them.
I didn't steal them. I was like, I want these. And she goes, and I only had, they were $1 a piece. I had $1 in cash. And I was like, but I have a card. And she goes, the fee I'll pay is more than $1 a piece. Take them. And I was like, yay!
That reminds me, I might have to look for dice when I go to the Renfen this year.
Because
Yeah.
I was
I bought
worried
one.
that you stole her bones and then made
Yeah.
dice out.
I did. I was like, hey,
I didn't know where that was going.
you gypsy hag. You don't need that arm.
Oi, give me your bones.
Give me your bones.
I be taking them.
I be taking
These
your
be mine
bones.
now.
I need 3 knuckles.
That's right. You
and
don't
that
need
guy's
those.
leg.
How much for the arm?
What? It's funny. He's rocking around with no leg.
All right. Are you going to
Yeah.
run us through some shadows or
We
what?
are starting this up.
All right.
All right. Let's be doing this.
Is your character going to have that accent? That's awesome.
Arr. No, I'm a 19-year-old girl. Maybe I'm a 19-year-old girl who's also a 30-year-old
chain
male
smoker.
pirate.
She's a chain smoker, has a whiskey problem, and it's just wrecked her larynx.
Oi.
So our group is going to be 2 elves and a troll.
Dr. Girlfriend.
Ah,
Oh,
crap.
man, I love Dr. Girlfriend so much.
Yes.
Sounds like a bad bar joke. 2 elves and a troll walk into a bar.
As long as you don't walk into my bar.
I could never figure it out. I mean, is it a woman? Is it a...
I'm going to be...
I don't think they ever
They don't
address
ever
it.
address it. And I'm like, okay, she's Dr. Girlfriend. That's all I need to know.
And then later she's just Mrs. Monarch because they got married.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it gets like really good in like season 5.
Holy crap.
In
that's
case
the
anybody
best.
doesn't realize, spoilers.
Yeah, well,
Oh, yeah.
This is all going to get cut. anyway.
Spoilers for the Venture Brothers.
That's been out for forever.
The Monarch ends
you
up
haven't
like
seen it by now,
he
you
ends
deserve
up-
to be spoiled.
yeah, he ends up like stop. He like the League of Villains makes it to where he's not Dr. Venture's arch nemesis anymore. And he moves into this old house that he finds out belonged to his dad, who was the Blue Morpho, which is that world's version of the Green Hornet.
Oh.
So like him and Hitchman, I think it's like number 24 is the one who like lives and becomes like this huge like can fight Brock Sampson and live kind of guy. He becomes Kato,
Wow.
It got really good.
Nice. Better than the ending of Very Odd Parents. That one was terrible.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't Cartoon Network it up like you guys.
Yeah, well, not everybody's as cool as us.
I just realized. Now, I'm going to make
I used to be a big fan of it. How did it end? He grew up? They went away?
It really, his dad, the last episode ever was all about his dad.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
And his dad, turned out, was into essentially a fruit version of My Little Pony.
That sounds about right. Yep. For
And-
Mr. Turner. Yeah.
And throughout the entire episode, Timmy just walks onto the screen and looks blankly at the camera. And you're this that's kind of how I feel about this episode too. And yeah, it's like that was the big cliffhanger, no resolve ending, was Timmy having nothing to do with it.
I was really upset that Danny Phantom didn't get anything cool either.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that show had so much potential to be awesome, and then it just did. Maybe it went somewhere. I just stopped watching it.
Yeah. All right.
I just discovered.
Uh-huh.
Now, I'm making mine a female, even though this is a male.
Yeah.
But
dare
my
you.
native language is Sioux. So now I feel like I need to figure out a name. I named my character already, but now I feel like I need to make, an indigenous sounding name. But that might just be insensitive, so I'm just going to take the name.
I also speak Sioux, and a lot of other things.
Look at all the things that you speak. I only speak Sioux and English.
Oh, I speak Arabic, so no Sioux for me.
Oh, that's one of the ones I don't speak. So you gotta handle that.
Okay.
I think we all speak. Do we all speak English?
Yeah, it's city speak.
Well, I get a +2 to city speak. Shawn doesn't.
No, I just speak English. I don't even do
But
city
he's a
speak.
3.
Yeah.
Oh, but we're all the 3.
City speak is a dialect of English, and so
It's like Seattle Cockney.
yes,
Ah.
exactly. And in fact, that is a really good way to put it.
Thank you. I know. I'm glad that you recognize my awesomeness.
You're welcome for the recognition of my awesomeness.
All right. Let's get into this. I want to roll some dice and kill some things.
Okay,
Yeah.
Freddie.
He's just chilling, Papa.
Well, he was like,
You want to take his collar off?
"Yeah, that's probably a good idea." Sorry, buddy.
He doesn't.
I'm
care.
not giving you up. I'm just taking off your
He's
collar.
like, I want to be naked. Bye.
I wanna be naked.